Today I'm sharing how to look expensive and chic this autumn-winter 2020. On a budget, but never compromising on style. How to look expensive. It's a funny old term really, but essentially what I mean by that is how can we always look chic and put together? And in collaboration with Nordgreen, I shall be integrating their beautiful watches into the many outfits I'm about to show you. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, it'd be really lovely if you'd like to do so, and you can also follow my daily style pictures over on Instagram at Fashion and Style Edit. Now I filmed one of these last summer, so I thought it was about time I did an updated version dedicated to looking chic in autumn winter. Once you've mastered the art of high-low dressing, you will never look back. And it just so happens to be one of my favorite style tricks to look more expensive. The formula is pretty simple. 1 part high to 2 or 3 parts low. Take this outfit for example. Every piece I'm wearing I bought from the high street, and they were really affordable. But when I add just one high or investment piece like this beautiful watch in gold mesh that I chose from Nordgreen, you can see how the whole outfit suddenly then feels complete and elevated as a result. I really do like Nordgreen watches. Not only has their collection been designed by the world-renowned Jakob Wagner, but the company is also hugely sustainable and ethical in their approach too. Now, as you might hope, I do have an exclusive discount code for my subscribers. So if you do like any of the different watches I'm about to feature throughout this video, I've included a link and a 35% off discount code in the description box below. Now, no matter which outfit you choose, this theory almost always works. Just be mindful that your lows are not scruffy. You've chosen your fabrics wisely. Everything is beautifully ironed, buttons are fastened. Then when you do add your high from your investment pieces, it'll instantly make your outfit look complete and bring it up 10 notches or so in the style stakes. All white outfits not only look luxurious on crisp winter days, but they also instantly make your outfit look more expensive. It gives off the feeling that you're far too sophisticated to be worried about stains on your winter whites. Though in my head, of course, I'm trying to keep Walter's chocolate fingers away from my nice white coat, but nobody needs to know that. Here, for example, I've paired my new favourite beige wool blend trousers with a simple camisole and a crew mohair blend cardigan. Then I've layered my white winter coat I bought in the summer sales, which is actually a great time to invest in the classics. Not only is this the perfect type of outfit to give off elegance, but it also works wonders when you want certain pieces to pop. Here I've added this delicate bucket bag by Paris and the Philosopher watch by Nordgreen, this time with a black leather strap. I've also gone for this same watch but with a different colour strap, which is equally beautiful, but I will show you that a little bit later in this video. Mind the polyester. Actually, don't just mind it, avoid it like the plague. There's nothing more cheapening to an outfit than a bit of polyester driven static. It's awful for the planet, it's awful for your internal thermometer, and it's pretty awful in your wardrobe as well. Invest in natural fibres, the highest quality you can afford. Cashmere and silks if you can afford it, but wools and cottons will look just as fresh and a million times better than anything polyester could do. There's something about neutrals that always manages to make an outfit look far more expensive than it actually is. And this autumn winter we're in luck because they also happen to be one of the big fashion trends as well. Now I've heard people say, oh, I can't wear neutrals, it just washes me out. But perhaps that's when you should start looking at slightly darker neutral shades. They might work better for you. I personally opt for light neutral tones. I like creams and beiges and pastel pinks, baby blues. I find layering neutrals seems to work best. Just keep adding pieces until you feel like you've got the balance right. Again, I wouldn't overdo it with jewellery. I'd just add a sprinkle here and there. And with this particular outfit, I decided to go with my gold mesh Nordgreen watch with the slightly smaller face. It's understated and elegant, yet the tone ties in nicely with the jewellery and adds just a sprinkle of gold to this neutral palette. I love that air of sophistication those kind of tones give off, and it's a really easy way to instantly elevate your look. Monochromatic outfits always look far more expensive than a mixture of colours, but you don't just have to go with winter whites. One singular block colour, whatever that colour may be, can be just as effective. A full outfit of camel is one of my personal favourites. It's warm and sumptuous and instantly makes me think of golden leaves in autumn. It's not about the price tag, it's about the quality of those fabrics that will absolutely shine through. All black is of course a classic, but I'd elevate this further by thinking about all the different textures I could add into an outfit like this. Perhaps a beautiful knit or a silky feel to my trousers, maybe leather or mesh on the strap of my watch. It's all those little details that can make the world of difference to the overall look. All greys, of course, are particularly on trend right now, and it's a firm favourite in my capsule wardrobe as well. Of course, they don't need to be the exact tone, but from the same palette will have the same effect. Layer your fabrics and your textures like you're mixing paint on a brush, and the final effect will be seamless and elegant as a result. If you want a foolproof way to elevate your outfits this winter, investing in a beautiful camel coat is one of the easiest. And the amount of time I wear one in England throughout autumn winter, it does make the cost per wear shrink pretty quickly. Here you can see I'm fairly dressed down, essentially wearing my jeans and a beautiful knit. I decided against too much jewellery as such, as the jumper is fairly fussy, instead just opting for my brown leather strap watch. I think the tone links in nicely with the camel, and I love that shade against the deep navy as well. And when you pair it with some of the other key pieces I'm about to suggest, it will not only look luxurious, but it will feel it too. Considered pieces, buying the nicest quality you can afford, always look 10 times better than a logo emblazoned alternative. Adding a beautiful pair of heels to any outfit will always look chic, even if you do cheat with a pair of flats in your handbag for on and off the tube. It'll look like you've always got a car waiting in the wings. Now, if we're talking about what's most on trend this season, I would say go with round-toed shoes. But if we're talking how to look more expensive, I would say always go with pointed toe shoes. Unless, of course, you've got a pair of classic Chanel flats, in which case they've done the job for you. There's a certain elegance with pointed shoes, either heels or flats, that always elevates an outfit. They keep the line of the leg tapered all the way down to the toe, which is not only slimming, but lengthening too. Now, when it comes to shoes with me these days, I don't like to splurge too much. More than anything because my feet are just awful and I quickly ruin that beautiful shape. So this is somewhere I like to save rather than splurge. That's not to say you can't find beautiful alternatives on the high street, because you absolutely can. You just have to look a bit deeper to spot the gems. Now, a silly but randomly effective way to look more expensive this autumn winter would be to loop your bag over your arm. If you're wanting to look more luxe and high-end, however expensive your bag may be, just loop it over your arm to show it off. It might have cost you £20 from the local market, but that very simple action of how you hold your bag can elevate your entire look. Or for extra points, tuck it under your arm, as is the new trend for bag carrying. Yes, there really are trends for such a thing. While I do mostly save on trends, one area I do spend on is with my blazers. And again, it's all about the quality of those fabrics. Not only how it's going to feel against your skin, but how are those fabrics going to last? When you've invested a little bit more of your hard-earned pennies, the last thing you want is for it to bubble by next autumn winter. It's a mantra that I have going round and round in my head, but buying the highest quality you can afford will absolutely save you in the long term. Now, in autumn winter, I do like a blend of wool, both for its longevity, but also that luxe air of sophistication that it gives off. But if pure wool is out of your budget, do take a look at some of the most amazing vintage stores. I've seen them popping up all over the place recently. One man's junk is another man's treasure, as they say. Now, if a wool blazer is within budget, I would probably still head to high end of the high street rather than any of the big name designers. I don't need or want a blazer for its label, I want it for its quality and its fit. And my favourites at the moment for blazers would be Everlane, Reiss and Arquette. I think those three have got their price to quality just right. Now, when we think about high-low dressing, a beautiful structured handbag could be just the high you need to go with quite a low outfit. And there's something about a structured handbag particularly that always seems to look far more expensive than it actually is. Perhaps it's because they always look fresh and new, like a freshly ironed crisp white shirt. Opting for shape and form with a handbag rather than anything too slouchy is another easy trick to make your outfit look more elevated and put together. Now, if you're saving, I would say play it safe with neutral tones. Classic black, grey or tans will never date, and always add that perfect high finishing touch to whatever outfit of low you're wearing. I am obsessive about taking care of my clothes, even if it's the cheapest item in my wardrobe. Taking great care of those pieces that you do have will always benefit you later and look expensive and chic and elegant as a result. Now, dry clean only can be a bit of a pain and it can get really expensive too. And in all honesty, I rarely do it, although some of my items of clothing would say that I have to. I just wash pieces by hand very carefully in cold water. Use mothballs when you put pieces away in storage. The debobbler is my new best friend, and though I do advise to go steady with it, I know firsthand how fun it can be to watch your knitwear come back to life. Ensure that everything you wear is ironed beautifully. Even if it's the cheapest item in your wardrobe, treat all of your pieces of clothing as equals. They will reward you when you put your outfit together. And finally, there's a few key pieces I always make sure I've got a lovely option of in my capsule wardrobe. Have at least one beautiful piece of knitwear. It's like my go-to piece when I want to add a little luxe to my outfit. I always have a crisp button-down shirt or two. I personally prefer going with a cotton poplin, as I like the stiffness and the structure that fabric seems to have. And although it's probably one of the most expensive investment pieces we've talked about, having a beautiful timeless leather jacket in your wardrobe will always be priceless. Now, the price point on the high street is roughly around the £300 mark. I have seen them before in H&M for £200, and I will link any I find in the description box below. But again, if that's out of budget, do have a look at some vintage options. I truly believe you only ever need to buy one beautiful leather jacket in your lifetime. Above all, true style, as I always say, comes from within. It's an air of confidence that cannot be bought. So buy carefully and considered only choosing those pieces that make your heart skip a beat, and you can imagine wearing them, say, in 10 years time. Staying true to your personal style will always shine through in your outfits. And probably most important thing to stress is you absolutely don't have to go head to toe in designers. Given the budget, we could all do that. But what I find truly inspiring is when a woman hasn't spent very much at all, but with carefully selected pieces, she looks like the most stylish woman in the room. Don't forget to take a look at the beautiful collection of watches by Nordgreen. The link is in the description box below. And hopefully you'll join me back here in a couple of days for more outfit ideas and inspiration.